Life is an adventure, and what kind of adventure it is largely up to you. I'm Dr. Freda Lewis-Hall, Chief Medical Officer of Pfizer, and I'm joined today by Laila Ali, an amazing athlete and boxer, a mother, a wife, and a television personality. Many life adventures. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
Happy to be here, thank you.
So all those adventures, all those successes, of them, which one has been kind of the most exciting adventure for you?
I think the most exciting and the most rewarding is becoming a mother. Always been a very nurturing person, always wanted to have children. My children just give me so much joy every day, and I learn from them every day, and I never loved the way that I love my children.
That's such an exciting adventure, and of course you have a lifelong experience ahead of you with them. What other adventures are you looking forward to?
Well, now that I'm retired from boxing, it was my first love. I'd been there, done that, basically. It's like, what am I going to do now? Outside of being a mother, what am I going to do for me to fulfill my inner happiness? And one thing that I've really taken a liking to is cooking. I have a passion for cooking. I've been cooking since I was 9 years old. So I've really incorporated all that I do with fitness and wellness into cooking. Because a lot of the problems that we have in our communities, the sicknesses and illnesses come from eating improper foods, largely. That's the reason. So I said, okay, well, I think I'm going to find a way to eat the foods that I like and eat with flavor, but with a healthy twist.
I hear you have some other excitement on the horizon in the form of a new television show.
I'm going to be hosting a new show on ABC that'll be highlighting people who are doing, extraordinary things in the world.
So, all of these successes, all of this adventure in your life, what do you think are the attributes? What is it about you that allows you to have one adventure right after the other?
I think what's allowed me to be successful is that I believe in myself and I don't really put limits on myself. I just make up my mind that I want to do something and I'm willing to do the work that it takes to be successful. A lot of times people have their hand out, but they don't really want to do the work. That's it. I think living life with limits that's scary to me. So I just don't limit myself, and I'm pretty fearless, and I'm proud of that.
So you are extraordinary, and many young women look up to you as a role model. If you had one piece of advice to give them on how to pursue their own life's adventure with real zest, what would be that one thing you would tell them to do?
One piece of advice for young people is don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Do you, and just be yourself. And you're going to find people that are going to love you for you and accept you for you. And it's so much easier to live life that way. Because once you start faking it, you're going to continue doing it throughout the rest of your life, and you want to start. So I tell young people that at a very early age.
I love it. So simply do you.
Do you.
I love it.
Yes.
So it's interesting, you're an elite athlete, far above what any of us or most of us could aspire to. If you had a word of advice for someone who is not an elite athlete but just wants to stay healthy, what would you say that advice was?
There are so many ways now to be active out. When we're talking about just physical activity, it's just about elevating your heart rate and pushing yourself past a point where you're comfortable, and you can educate yourself about that more, where your heart rate should be and all that, what's considered, cardiovascular exercise, and all that, or you're trying to do fat burning, whatever the case may be. But if you just get out and start walking, and you're not used to walking and you start trying to pick up your pace or walk. When I first started boxing, I didn't run, and that's something that I had to do. And I was like, oh man, I don't know how to run. So at first I had to run for a minute and then walk. And then I started running for 2 minutes and walk in between. Then I got to 5, and the next thing I knew, I ran the whole mile. Now I can run 6 or 10 miles. So you have to start somewhere. So you never want to compare yourself to other people. You want to just push yourself past the limit that you're comfortable, and then eventually that's going to get to be a higher and higher limit. You can go further and further and further.
One of the fascinating things that people say, and especially women who tend to be caregivers, is that they don't have time to be fit. They don't have time to take care of themselves. But tell us how you find time, first of all, and then how you think we should think about that as women.
And it's so understandable that people would say that, because I had a time when, my husband, he's an athlete too, and he always goes to the gym. That's just what he does. It's like, okay, Monday through Friday. And I'm mom, so when one of the kids gets sick, it's like, okay, I'm not going to go to the gym. I'm going to stay home. It's always on me, right? So I fell into this rut where sometimes I go a week without working out. And I'm like, 3 months had gone by, and I hadn't stayed true to what I wanted to do. So then I had to get back on track and say, yes, I can keep saying I don't have time, I have to do this, that, and the other, but I had to make it a priority again. But if I just get that 30-minute in, even if I don't have the full, I like to work out for an hour and a half. If I don't have it, even 30 minutes, I might up the intensity, get it in, I feel so much better, and it gives me energy throughout the day.